legend, Mr. Patrice Vigier. He's about to go to cocktail hour, but while he does that, I'm going to show you guys the new stuff for 2015 here at our brand new booth designed by Revolution Dream Designs. So I'll just go stand by stand and show you what's what. Of course, up top we got the eye catcher, the double B-foot. This is Bumblefoot signature double neck guitar. Features DiMarzio pickups. We got a tone zone and a chopper. This little thimble here pops in and out on a magnet. So he uses that up above the pickups to play extra notes. It's got our proprietary trem design. All of our trems feature pivots on needle bearings instead of knife edges, so they don't wear out. You get silky smooth action, and it always comes back to zero. Of course, it's got our iMetal fretless neck up top, and a rosewood board with stainless steel frets on the bottom neck. Down here we got a Special 7 in a color that we introduced last year. This is Mysterious Blue. So the Special 7 we actually introduced 2 years ago, and what separates it from the Super 7 is the inclusion of a momentary kill switch right here. It's a little hard to see. And the maple top, like all of our guitars, has stainless steel frets. And new for this year, it's pretty easy to see on this, is a string dampener, as well as our segmented zero fret. So now, when you need to replace your zero fret, which even though they are hardened stainless steel, you still need to replace it every once in a while. It gets divots because there's constant pressure on it. Now, instead of having to replace the entire zero fret, you just pull out the individual ones for the strings. It's cheaper, it's easier, and it looks pretty cool too. And the string dampener actually kills the vibration behind the nut when you're using your trem. So if you're going really wild on your trem, sometimes it'll get caught in the nut or something and you get an annoying ping. The dampener kills that. And of course, with all of our more traditional style trems, we have the flex retainer string retention system. And as you can see, the little ball ends move with your string, so you don't end up with any binding, or really that's what you're trying to avoid, is binding. And so between 2017 bridge, our zero fret, our nut, our dampener, and our string retainers, we have our most stable trem to date. We're really happy to be showing that off this year. Of course, we also use our proprietary locking tuners, which are oversized, give you a little bit more mass. So you can really go nuts. You can go berserk on that trem and it's not going to go anywhere. This guitar is probably the most popular guitar for our US market. It's the Sean Lane Master Signature. I don't know how close you can get in on it, but you can see that the action is ridiculous. On the 12th fret on the low E string, it's 1.7 millimeters. And on the high E string, it's 1 millimeter. Actually, I'm sorry. It's 1 millimeter over here and 0.7 millimeters on the treble side. You'd think I would know that at this point. Let's take a look at these guitars real quick. So this is another one that always catches a lot of eyes. It's the Surfrider Special, and it's in transparent white. When you order one in transparent white, you don't get a maple top, you actually get an ash top, and this is exactly like the guitar Guthrie Govan uses on Boring Will Do It Live DVD. Our iMetal fingerboard was introduced 2 years ago now, and it's an upgrade over our old Delta metal. What the iMetal brings is a little bit harder, a little bit more dense, so you get a little bit more sustain. And down here is a guitar that we introduced last year. It's the Excalibur Ultra AP. And the AP stands for Active Passive. Patrice last year designed a new active passive circuit. That's what this is. It gives you tons of added output, but it's completely transparent. It doesn't get super squished like you would normally find. And we have amber pickups rounded out the electronics. And it comes in this sweet black with a maple. It's very classy looking. Over here we have a whole stand full of new colors. So last year we introduced Mysterious Blue and Mysterious Green, and to add to that, this year we introduced Mysterious Black and Mysterious Red. So they're subtle bursts. The black is a little bit darker than the Black Diamond, and the red is, I don't know, it's a little bit more dramatic than our Ruby Red finish. Down here is the first of 4 finishes I'll show you for our GV line. This is Black Matte. But the cool thing is that we haven't done Black Matte on the GV Rock before. And like all of our maple top guitars, it's got this nice natural binding. It just, I don't know, it just really sets it off. And for the GVs and for our Arpeggi and Passion basses this year, we introduced a new logo. Instead of the old kind of typical mother of pearl inlays. What we're doing are these sweet embossed chrome logos. They look great. I especially like them on the GVs. Like the matte finishes, they pop really nicely. We'll go to the other side and I'll show you the rest of the new colors for the GVs. So these are the Revolution colors. What we have this year is Revolution Green Matte, which is kind of an old school seafoam type of situation. Revolution Yellow Matte, which is actually a limited edition, and it comes standard with black hardware, which I think is really cool. It's like kind of a hot rod thing. And down here is Revolution Red Matte. Basically, the cool thing about these matte colors, and the lights are not doing a great job, but the thing that I like about them the most is that they really seem to accentuate the curves that separate the GV from a lot of other single cut body styles. Like, you really see the curves here and up in here, and they're just very clean looking. I think it really makes the GV rock, it makes it make more sense. These look like rock guitars now. And of course, they all feature the same binding as the matte black one, so you can see the little maple cap on there. All the guitars, like all of our guitars, are alder body with maple necks, and these particular ones have maple caps and amber pickups, like I showed you earlier on the Excalibur Ultra AP. The ambers are great. They're super well balanced, very clear. You know, you play, if you have your gain cranked and you play an open G, you hear all 6 notes out of open G, and they split so well. It's truly like having the best of both worlds. You get great single coil tones, great humbucker tones. And yeah, for the GVs, same as all the others, stainless steel frets, the new zero fret, oversized locking tuners, and the new embossed logos. So let's take a look at some basses. We got a couple of cool new things this year. The big thing for me personally, this is almost exactly what I play in my band, is a natural XS4 string with a rosewood board. And while the basses always sound amazing, one thing that we've always battled is these Benedetti pickups are really noisy. They're single coils, they're cut, they sound amazing. But this year we actually upgraded them in conjunction with Benedetti. You can see our guts here. This little hole used to be for a little circuit to cut some of the noise, and you don't need it anymore, so you can see there is no circuit. And so now these are single coils. They give you the same single coil tones, but they're humbucking pickups. They sound exactly the same as the old ones. I cannot wait to get these pickups in my personal bass. I'm so excited. Because I battle that all day and night with my stupid high gain tone. It's arpege in amethyst purple. Nothing really new with the arpege besides the new logo. This bass is actually sold to the Bass Place in Peoria, Arizona. If you are interested in buying this gorgeous piece of wood, call Dennis. Down here is a Roger Glover Signature XS. So same thing, we always battle with these Benedettis. The difference between the standard and the Roger Glover is the glow-in-the-dark inlays, and he gets a 3-band EQ, whereas the regular 4-string just gets a 2-band. And this is shown in another new color. It's a new matte called Clear Red Matte. So it's actually a clear color, so you can see the grain of the alder coming through, but it's still, I don't know, these matte colors are really doing it for me. They're very modern to me. And let's just take a look at these beauties on the other side. So over here we got 3 more basses that are heading to the Bass Place. We got an arpege 4-string in deep, deep blue, a fretless, obviously. This is actually the first time we've gotten a fretless iMetal bass on the booth, and it's phenomenal. It looks weird, but it sounds like you expect a fretless to sound. It's not overly harsh or metallic sounding, and you get way, way, way more sustain than you could even get from ebony or, you know, typical fretless materials, rosewood, ebony. This kills them. Down here's 5-string Passion in black diamond. Again, these are all heading to the Bass Place, so if you want one, call Dennis, thebassplace.com. And down here we got a Passion in natural maple. This one's just got a really nice 3D top to it. That stock's pretty good too. The cool thing with the arpege and Passion basses, to me, is the guts, the electronics, and the fingerboard. So obviously this is a pretty unique fingerboard, the iMetal. But what's cool on the arpege basses is this crazy EQ we have. So we got concentric pots for the bass, middle, and treble, and you actually get a separate EQ for each pickup. So the top ones control the neck. So this is like top bass, top middle, neck bass, neck middle, neck treble, and then the bottom knob is for the bridge. Same 3. So you can go from having like crazy mid-rangey Jocko tone and then switch over to your neck and just have like that thumped out reggae tone if you want. And the boards are cool because they're actually pheno wood. So it's phenolic impregnated, it's cellulose impregnated with phenolic resin and superheated. So what you end up with is a much more rigid and stable material. The luthiers hate it because it's a lot harder for them to work with, but there's no maintenance. So you get all of the tonal benefits and aesthetic benefits of ebony, but with no maintenance. You never have to oil it, it will never crack, it won't warp, it's awesome. And just like all the guitars, all the basses come standard with stainless steel frets. And yeah, that's it for the basses. Let's look at the rest of the stuff over here. So last year we introduced this limited edition Supra in matte black with matching matte black pickguard. We brought a couple back this year. I don't know if it'll be around for the whole entire year, but it might be. But it's a Supra. This is like kind of Swiss Army knife type Super Strat, I guess. It's got our proprietary tram, just like all the other trams, pivots on needle bearings. We use DiMarzio pickups. They sound great. Yeah, they sound great. I could get into it. We'll do that later in the weekend. And we got a couple of GVs here. The GV woods are a little bit different from the rocks in two respects. One, while some of the rocks may have figured maple under their finishes, they get a regular opaque finish. We do these with figured maple tops. They get the same amber humbuckers, but they're covered, which is actually tonally makes it just a slightly mellower. And these have the same phenolic boards as the basses I was just talking about. So the GV wood is kind of, in my opinion, the pinnacle of what we're doing right now. It's super rigid neck, you know, stainless steel frets, super rigid fingerboard, and the fingerboard is so smooth, it's ridiculous. You really have to try one. If you're at NAMM this weekend, come and play one. And finally, we just have a couple things on the opposite side that I'll show you, and then we'll be good. So again, 2 years ago with the Expert, we introduced these Normandy finishes. We introduced Normandy Blue and Normandy Red. They're a little bit more vintage-y vibe from what we've done in the past, but I love this red. With the cream pickguard, it looks perfect. So obviously the Expert is a little bit different than the Excalibur guitars that I've been showing you, mainly in that it's got 21 frets instead of 24. The neck is just a little bit rounder, but all the same appointments are included. You know, the same tram, same tuners, same dampener, 0 fret, everything like that, but it's just a little bit more of a traditional vibe. All the pickups we use right now are the DiMarzio Virtual Vintage. We use 3 different sets on the Expert, and they're all completely noiseless, and they are very convincing vintage style pickups. They're excellent. You get all the vibe without any of the noise, which is the best. Right here is the Excalibur 13, which we introduced 2 years ago. Originally it was meant to be a limited edition model, but it proved to be pretty popular, so we started making them. We started making them as a production model, and we introduced a couple new colors. This one is Monarchy Gold, and it was named by my esteemed colleague Ben Watsley, who's our manager. But it's cool. It's kind of a stripped down Excalibur, basically 2 humbuckers. It's the ambers that are used on the GV Rock. You got a little momentary kill switch, 5-way switch, same as the GV Rock. You know, proprietary tram, and that's it. Like, it's a rock machine. And down here is the last new color that we have for the year. This is anti-tobacco matte. It's shown on an XS5 string. Basically, we didn't want to name anything after tobacco. We had to do a tobacco style burst, but we didn't want to name anything after tobacco since it kills and makes so many people sick. So anti-tobacco matte it is. And that's it. That's what's new for this year. We'll be putting out some more videos with some more in-depth you know, demos and whatnot. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot.